And so my best advice to people, to like brand new agents, would just be to continue to, make a plan, like I call it a plan of greatness, of where they, set goals. Like a lot of people want the success, they get licensed and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go from here to here, and it's not like that. It's like success is a ladder. You got to climb the steps and do it and build your foundation. Like a lot of people fail to build their foundation in their business, and that's where like so much power is in your foundation. Like
This is From the Ground Up, where we talk to entrepreneurs in all different industries and give you the down and dirty about what makes them successful. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and check back every Monday as we drop new episodes.
What's up, guys? Happy Thursday. Gosh, it's
been a week.
It's been a week. It has been a week. But you guys, we are here with Jennifer Briseno. We were talking. We met in the elevator on the way up here, and she's a very, very humbled human being. You don't like to talk a lot about yourself.
I don't.
So it was fun trying to get you on here.
I know.
Rico. Okay, everybody knows Rico. Rico hooked us up, and Rico was like, you got to get her on the podcast. She doesn't do much social media. You don't get out there, but I don't want to overlook the fact that you are a top 5 agent in Colorado. Okay, top 5, not just in her company, top 5. You closed 22 deals in May of 2024.
Yes.
This year.
Yes.
Okay, this year I don't even think I've closed 22 deals at all. No, just kidding. But that's ridiculous. And it's so funny because I was talking to a friend of mine this morning, and she was like, who are you going to have on the podcast today? And I said, you. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, nobody really knows about her. But I know that she's an absolute badass. And she's like, figure out what she does. Like, are you going to ask her questions? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's a podcast. Like, we're going to interview her. We're going to ask her questions. So honestly, thank you so much for being on. Today's a big day for you.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so today is my 1-year anniversary, or 1-year birthday for SRE. So a year ago today, I launched my own real estate brokerage firm called Success Realty Experts, and today is a year. And I'm so incredibly grateful and blessed, and I have some amazing agents who have joined the SRE family. So
yeah. How many agents do you have altogether?
So I have 8 agents right now, and then I have 2 full-time employees, and
thriving.
You're
thriving.
Yes, I'm excited to grow. I'm excited to serve. I'm excited to help all kinds of families. Like it warms my heart to help people. So,
but you got into the business in 2008.
Yes.
What happened recently that you're like, okay, now I'm ready to start my own brokerage?
Yeah.
You've been an agent for what is that?
We do loans. We
years.
do math. 16 years.
Yeah. So a little bit of history about me.
Tell us how you got started, like from the ground up, girl.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm born and raised in Colorado. I have an amazing, native in Colorado. All my family's from Colorado. They grew up in North Denver. My parents went to North High School. I have an amazing husband, Martin Briseno. He's a custom home builder, does general contracting as well too. I have 3 beautiful kids, my Alicia, Matthew, and Elias, and I love them so much. They're like my joy.
You're so fun, huh? You're very family-centered.
Oh my
I
gosh,
could see that
totally
from you.
Family-centered, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, and my sisters and I were raised by a single mom, and love and adore her. She raised us at a very young age to be very independent.
How young?
Like literally like the age 14, she was like, okay, you're pretty much like on your own. I'll provide a roof over your head and food on the table. But if you want things in life, go get a job. And, you got to buy your shampoos, your clothes. And at the time I was like, what? But now I'm like so grateful because it taught me and my sisters like
my mom did that when I was 15.
She
did 15. She was like, get your shit together. And it does. It instills the independence.
So it
does.
Go ahead. And
okay,
I was like,
Mom.
so grateful. And I was like, at the time I'm like, what? I don't get a car when I turn 16? And she's like, nope, you want something, you work hard for it. Yeah. And it really taught my sisters and I like such great life skills, and we started hustling at a young age, and we kind of never stopped. And so, anyways, I got my real estate license back in 2008. So when the market crashed.
But why? Why did you go into real estate? And what were you doing before?
So I was working in marketing and advertising at the Denver Post. I worked in the recruitment department. I was like handling like monster.com accounts. I was like an outside sales position.
Yeah. Remember how big the Denver Post was back in the day? They had those
was
huge
so
buildings.
Big, and I had so much fun, and I met so many amazing people there, and I was a top producer at the Denver Post too. Like even when I gave my notice, they're like, "No, you're not leaving. We'll make a part-time position." And I'm like, "What? Who tells you that?" Yeah. So, anyways, my husband. So the market crashed in 2008, and my husband's like, "Oh my gosh, you should go get your real estate license." He's like, "Let's start doing like fix and holds, fix and flips, you know." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." So, went and got my real estate license so we can start doing like fix and flips, or at the time fix and holds because houses weren't selling. And then my husband, and then I started helping my family and friends. So I'm like, "Hey, everybody, I have my real estate license." And then I did my first transaction. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I love this. Like, this is a great opportunity for me to help people, serve others." You know, that saying, like, not everybody could be famous, but everybody could be great because greatness is defined by serving, and we can all serve. And I was like,
Nice. You're so nice.
Like, I'm totally going to make this a full-time thing. Like, I love this. Like,
But in
it's so
2008?
rewarding. Yeah, in 2008. And so I was like, I want to help so many people because, like, I saw people, like, losing their houses. It was so sad. It was so sad. But I'm like, I'm going to master short sales. So, like, I became my own short sale negotiator. I mastered short sales. I helped so many people, like, get out of their house so they didn't have to do foreclosures. And I, so I helped a lot of people. So my first year, I, like, went from, you know, just like a couple transactions to my second year, I went to like 12. And then I was like, I want to make this a full-time thing. Like, I want to make this work. And so I, you know, like what you put in your business is what you get out of it. So I'm like, I'm going to, I want everybody to know me. I want all my neighbors to know me. I want to meet every investor. So I did. I started hosting events. I started like just going to a bunch of networking events and just being like, "Hey, I'm a licensed real estate agent. I would love to help you." And yeah, so anyways, I went from my first year to doing like 2 deals, second year like 12, and then like my third deal I was like at 45, and then 60, and then it just like grew from there. And so I was still working a full-time job too. So
you were?
I was working for about 5 years. I was doing about 45 to 50, helping 45 to 50 families a year, and still working a full-time job, and I had 3 small kids, and I don't even remember my life.
I know. How do you do 45 to 50 deals a year and work a job and be a mother? Did you have help? Did you have showing assistants? Like
no, I actually didn't even hire an assistant until probably about 2 years ago. So I was solo. Like, I just learned to like just do everything by myself. I'm kind of even so I hired my sister full time. I have 2 of my sisters that work for me. And even I have like control issues. They're like, "Let us handle it." And I'm like, "Did you do that? Oh my gosh, I need to see this. Is it perfect?" I just have to have my hands in everything.
And you've helped 1,300
86 families.
86 families as of today. You guys, we had this podcast scheduled at 11. She hit me up last week and she's like, "I have 2 closings today. One's at 11, one's at 2 or 3. And so we like literally made this to fit her closings today because she's such a badass. So is today going to make 1,390?
Yeah, well, yeah, today will be 88.
88.
1,388. So that's 2 closings today, yes. And I'm so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful for like the families I help, the people I meet, and I don't know, I'm just like a relationship-oriented person.
And I feel like that's how your business is based off of word of mouth, because you're not big on social media. You're not big on, are you still big in hosting events and doing events?
Yes, I'm huge on that. Like, I love to let people know how much I appreciate them. And so
it's like a client appreciation kind of thing?
I do a client appreciation party. I like to do like Santa events. I like to do giveaways throughout the year and like to just, just recognize them throughout the year. And
do you do that by blasting through like a CRM, like your email? Like, if you're not putting stuff on social media, how are you still connecting with your clients and keeping yourself in there?
You're on social.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
just not like breaking your neck over it.
Yes. I'm on social media. So I connect with people. I still post stuff. I just am not like, as you see, I probably
there.
don't do like a ton of videos. Like I'm not out there doing a bunch of videos, stuff like that.
Well, you
but
don't need to. You've established yourself.
Right. By the word of mouth and the referral
yeah,
base,
so
really.
I would say 90% of my business is just past clients who use me to buy and sell again over and over. Yeah.
And
amazing.
What do you think makes you, I mean, you're top 5 in the state of Colorado. What do you think makes you different? What makes you stand out from other agents? I mean, I know, but I want to hear you say it because she doesn't like to talk about herself.
There's a lot of amazing agents. I love all of my realtor friends. Like they're all like, real estate is not an easy industry to get into. So I love like all the hustle everybody has in it. But I do some things that like nobody really knows about, so you're about to find out today. But
listen up.
So I do surprise remodels for my clients. Like I'll coordinate like a post occupancy, and they're thinking that they can't get possession, and I'll go in there with my team of people that help me, and we'll go remodel a bathroom, a kitchen. One time I did a whole house remodel. That was really exciting. And
a whole house remodel?
I did. Yes, it just was
just out of your own pocket too.
Yes, I do.
It was just in your heart.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do the whole house. Like, and I did. So.
Did they have any idea what you were doing?
No. They didn't have any idea. She was like, I just was like, we can't get access yet to the house, and they need time to move out because post occupancies are really common in real estate. And so me and my team just went in there and remodeled it in 2 weeks.
Oh my god! Yeah. Do they have no say in design? Like you're
I kind of get ideas. Okay. So like sometimes I'll be like, oh my god, what are you gonna do to like your bathroom? Yep. And like what are you?
You're one of those subtle people from behind.
I know. Like, oh my god, that's such a good idea.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But like you, and this is what I love about you so much is like you don't do it for clout because it's you don't blast all these amazing cool things that you do. It's because you're truly like a from the heart person and you truly care about people, and you don't need to do it for clout or for people to see it on social media to use you. Like that's just literally who you are. Yes. As a person inside. And then I also notice this is one thing that I do see is like at your closings, you make them so special and so sweet. And like, this is the girl that I was talking to earlier today as well. And she's like, she's the lady that does the breaky chocolates. Yeah. So like,
I know. But it's like, always like, don't break hearts on a regular, but they have my permission to break that heart.
But like, so like, what do you do to make closings so special? Because some people don't even go.
Oh my gosh, I would never not show up. Yeah. Like it's such a big day for them, and it's like so special, and I want them to know how amazing they are and their accomplishment that they did. And so we get like an all about you form filled out, and so it tells me like what their favorite restaurant is, what's their favorite drink, their favorite alcohol, anything like that. And so we customize like a gift basket to everything that's their favorite. And so we do that, and we customize like a gift basket, and then I'll get the keys, and I'll put like a keychain on it, and I'll put it under the heart, so when they break the heart, their key is under there.
Yeah, isn't that so
yes,
cool?
And then we usually will set up the room, so we'll get there early, and we'll put like like a coffee. If it's in the morning, we'll do like breakfast, burrito, coffee. If it's in the afternoon, like today, I'm doing like a hibachi dinner. So the house closing I had today, I have a hibachi chef going to their house, and they're gonna go.
I guess our coasters aren't good enough.
I know.
Sarah and I get personalized coasters for all our closings.
Oh my gosh, I didn't get to.
But hey, at least we go. It's the best part.
Without because you ladies, like like loans wouldn't even close. Like we wouldn't be at the closing table. So you guys do so much.
It's hard, and I don't know why a lot of lenders don't go because it's like the most rewarding part.
Yep.
Yeah, is closing day. Yeah, we go there and we celebrate and like just see how happy they are.
We don't get to meet the clients until closing day. Like we don't know,
very rarely.
We have the transaction and the interaction through the loan process, but we don't get to meet them in person, and it's I love it.
Me too.
Because then I remember people, right? Like I had a client call me from a year ago, and I was like, oh my God. I just didn't think, and I was like, oh, okay, now I know exactly who this is. Like, you know, it's just, it's not a transaction base. It's
we want to build relationships too.
Yes, that's what it's about, you know, building relationships.
But you do go above, I mean, that is crazy above and beyond for your clients. Yeah. Does your husband help you with the remodel, like since he's a general contractor?
Yep. My husband will help me too. So yeah, we make it
I want you to be my agent so I can get a remodel.
No.
Call me. No, I'm kidding.
The reason though, I had a chance to meet you before the podcast. We were all able to go to dinner together.
Yes. It was so fun too.
And you have a very unique story, and I think this is why your upbringing made you who you are and why you're so kind. Would you be willing to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, like my whole
your girl, you got a story, and then you found sisters that you didn't really sister with before.
My gosh.
And I just feel you were raised very well, and you've adapted well. So I just kind of want to talk about that.
I'll share my story.
Yeah.
I'll take you back.
We're here. We have time. We have time.
Yeah. So I give you a little bit of history. So my mom and dad were both raised in North Denver. Grew up across the street from each other. Went to the same elementary school, middle school, high school. Yeah. Graduated, got married right out of high school. My dad joined the Navy. They traveled the world. So they got stationed in Hawaii for 10 years and San Diego for like another couple years. And then my dad was out of the Navy, and they're like, let's go back to Colorado and let's start a family. So they came back to Colorado, started a family. They had my sister Rhonda, then me, and then my sister Stace. And anyways, the marriage didn't work out, and so they ended up getting a divorce. And my dad had they kind of split custody of us, had us like every other weekend. My dad was my dad is a great dad. He was a great person. And so anyways, we, I think they got divorced. I think I was about 8 years old, I want to say. It was like, at a young age, I learned to master forgiveness, because I saw what pain, it hurt my mom. But it hurt, right? Devastated my mom, for years.
Well, that's hard too, because now she has 3 kids that she has to take care of all on her own. Yeah. I get it. So I'm a single mom, and I have my kid majority of the time, but every other weekend I have off. Today's my first day off in 4 days.
She called me and she's like, girl.
I cried last night. I was like, I'm so ready for my break. But she didn't get a break. You know how hard that is?
No, she didn't. Yeah. And then she had to be, strong. And so.
Yeah, and that's what she's like, go buy your own damn shampoo.
She was. Kid. She was like, and she's like, don't, because, my mom, she was just a stay-at-home mom. That was her life. That she was going to be the one to raise the kids. My dad would work. And so my mom, when they came back, from going, my mom worked a couple jobs, but my dad back through school. My dad's a very smart man, very educated, and very successful in his life. And so my mom, when all that happened, and she was like, oh my gosh, I was a mom for all these years. I don't have any job skills or anything like that, And so she, at a young age, was like, oh my gosh, don't ever depend on anybody for anything. You want things in life, you work very hard for it. You be kind, you be loving, you open your heart to kindness, and and it just taught us such good things. And at the time when I was younger, because I was like, oh, my friends are getting cars, or their parents pay for their car insurance, because at a young age you just don't really think that,
you want what others have.
Yeah. And so, but now I look back and I'm like, I'm so grateful my mom raised me that way, and
for sure,
because we're all very, my other 2 sisters are very, very successful, and
that is a very common theme of people that we have in here, because it's called From the Ground Up. How you started from the ground up. And a lot of people as parents did not feed them on a silver spoon. It was very much you got to work hard. This is what it is, and I love that. So so this happened, right? Yes. You chose to forgive, you chose to live a great life, but and this is another thing, is you're so big on the power of positivity and mindset and manifestation. Do you do your manifestations every morning? God bless you, but what do you do to stay so happy all the time? Like, what's your practice to be
having
who you are?
like, it's definitely, I do practice like positive mindset because I feel like it's like a full-time job because our world is like rough, you know what I mean?
Hard.
There's like really like awful things that happen, you know, in the world. There's like negative things that happen. It's not always roses and sunshine, you know, but I just choose, like, I just know in life, like, we have choices, you know what I mean? And we could choose how we see things, and we can choose to change, like, you know, if you can learn to master your perspective, like, there's so much power in that, you know, if you can handle a situation and turn a negative into a positive, there's so much power in that. And I choose to do that because it's just, like, life is short. I don't want to live it angry. I don't want to live it negative. I am so grateful. Like, I wake up every day and I'm like, I'm so glad I could see her walk and talk, because those are little things in life that we don't think about, that we just take for granted.
Very true.
Yes,
it's very true. I'm kind of similar in that sense too, that I choose happiness every day, no matter what. And there's shitty things that happen. Things don't always go our way, but I'm like, it's okay. It's gonna be okay tomorrow. Everything will be okay.
Yes.
You wake up, you're
And
breathing.
Yep. I am so every morning, and I wake up with just like, what am I thankful for today? So I have like my own little morning ritual that I stick to like every day. Like, I'm huge in like consistency and persistency. You know, if you're so consistent, you get to keep it. And if you could form that habit and just make it part of your life, you know, then things aren't that bad when they hit you in the day. You know, when because things do get stressful. You know, especially in this industry, it could get very, very stressful. People don't always see that. But it can be very stressful. And so I just wake up every day, and I do have like a gratitude journal. So I always write down what I'm grateful for.
Every single day.
Every single day I do my gratitudes. Every single day. And I do it too before I go to bed. And I am very
every
big
day.
on every day.
When you wake up and you go to bed, you write what you're grateful for.
Yep. It keeps my mind so sane, and it just keeps me like, things could, you know, just so grateful. I really, really, truly am, or for so many things. And you know, health, you know, health is the true wealth in life, and like, so grateful for my health and my kids' health and family's health, because it could be taken, you know, like, food is our medicine, you know, if you don't make food your medicine, then medication is going to become your medicine, you know what I mean? And like, it's just so important. Food will either heal you or kill you. So like, I'm big on trying to like make sure I somewhat will eat, you know, like, stay eating healthy too, like, because
I love that. I feel like your mindset is what makes you successful. I'm putting that together because you're like a breath of fresh air, and I'm sure that clients appreciate that. You know, like, yes, real estate transactions can be really stressful, but you're the person to be like, let's all just,
I know. I told my client this the other day, I was like, we have to manifest positivity, because she was freaking out, and I'm like, everything is going to be okay, I promise you, you know, like, because you do, like, I know at the end of the day, or at the end of the 40 days, like, things will be okay, and if they're not, it's a bump in our road, but it's not the end of the road,
right?
You know, like, we're going to make the turn, we're going to get through it, and it's going to be okay.
And that's what I see different in you too, is like, you don't treat your clients like a transaction. You truly become friends with these people, and you care for them. And my question for you is, almost helping 1,400 families, you only got help 2 years ago. How do you balance helping so many families get into home and being such a good mom and good wife and doing things that you enjoy and having time for yourself? Because I know people want to know that. Seriously.
Yes. Well, like, when I do, like, I love to cycle. I feel like it's like the best, you know,
that's your
mental and physical therapy. So like, I'll do that in the morning, because I know my day is going to get sometimes crazy. My schedule's going to change. So like, the cycling, like, I do that in the morning to get like at least the health part out. And then like in the evening, like, I'll just go for like a walk just to clear my mind. Like, because, you know, sometimes you know, if you get too deep in your head, it's not a good, you know, you always want to keep it positive.
Right.
So like, walking is like, it's good for people, you know. So I love to do like my evening walks, and I'm really consistent with that. But
by yourself or with your family?
Most of the time, like with my family, like I'll go with my son or my husband. We'll go for like walks together, and that's the thing too. Like, I incorporate, like, sometimes my husband will go with me. I'm like, hey, come with me, you know, so we can spend time together. Like, I gotta come with me to a closing, or come with me to a showing or come with me to go do this walkthrough. And I have like, my kids are just so amazing because they just adapted to like the craziness of like, mom is just busy, you know, but they always are just, they're just so amazing and like always just so supportive, you know, because, and I don't know, I guess it's just like not letting the time control me controlling my time, you know, and just really like time blocking my schedule, even though sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it can get hard because I have to move things around, but I do like, I think, you know, time is a gift, and I don't want to take the time with my family for granted, and so I do like time block to be with my family. We, you know, we like Sundays is kind of like our day, and if I have to go do something or work, then I'll sometimes take them with me. Like, hey, come with me.
Just
you
come
know?
with me.
Yeah.
See what I do.
It's so funny because this is like your mindset. So we have other agents who have said that before, and they're like, "Oh, I'll just drag my kids, and they have to come with me." And you're like, "No, like come with me and spend time with me while I do my work," kind of thing. It's like a different mindset. Yeah.
And I met your daughter, and she, you know, that she just dotes on you. Like, you could just tell that she was so proud of you. She was so proud to be your daughter, and you were so proud to be your mom. And you could just see that at the table, like with your husband. You've raised very good people. You've done a very good job, and to manage your business. My question to you just got help 2 years ago. I have so many questions.
I know, yes.
I was ordered to ask you questions today. So now that you have help, since 2008, only 2 years ago you got help. Now, do you do all your showings? I know you said it's hard for you to let go. Like, where do you accept the help?
Yes, I still really struggle with that. So I do my showings, yes, but I will, like, if I can't, like right now, I had a buyer say, hey, can you meet me? And so I did a group text. So I have a couple of my buyer's agents who I love them, trust them so much too with my clients, and so they'll help me a lot too. Like if I, you know, because I'm only one person, I can't be here, here, and here, so I do need the help, and I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, it's okay to like accept the like people to help me, like that's totally fine. Like I just don't want people to think I don't have time for them. So like I always make myself available, you know, but I do have like buyer's agents who will help me show houses, because there are times where like I can't be multiple places at once, and I do need people help. So my buyer's agents
your sister.
are
6 of them.
Yeah. So and my sister Rhonda helps me a ton. So she's like my transaction coordinator. She's my auditor for my files, and she also will help me show houses too. And she's always like just so available too to help me, which I love that. She like helps me, and my other sister who works for me, she's like my right hand and just helps me like with the business side of things and keeping me organized and making sure, because I really like want my clients to have like the best experience from like day one, you know, and like
think they
and
do.
then for like life, you know.
I think
So
they
we
do,
have,
from
like,
personalized closings to some house remodels to like you're just a good person, and I feel like why you're top 5 agents in Colorado is because number one, you're a grinder. We've established that. You're a good person, and you truly care about people. You educate yourself. You're very educated. You have a great support system around you. Yeah. And you're not flashy and boastful.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing. Now I gotta ask, you and your husband, you said you've done over 100 fix and flips.
Yes.
Sarah and I are on number 2, and we literally want to die. Okay? Like, I'm gonna stay positive.
Yes.
I'm staying positive, but girl,
I'm just gonna sit and eat muffins.
Bust those muffins up, sweeten things up.
If we're on 2 and we're in tears and you're over 100, are you still doing them in this market, or have you just kind of really focused on real estate now?
Yeah, so I have a couple. So I'm very, very picky now, because, you know, over the years you learn, and I'm picky. I'll walk away from a house. I'm like, nope, let somebody new invest in that. I'm not going to do it. I already know what's going to happen with that house.
Yeah.
And so I'm very picky when I do buy a house, like on the property I have. Like it cannot like be on a busy street. It cannot have an eyesore neighbor. It cannot have anything like that.
Okay.
And so I'm very, very, very selective on the houses. So this year, yes, we I actually have one listed now. I've done only like 4 this year, so I'm selective.
Only 4.
Yeah.
Only 4 this year.
But it makes it like some people just look at the numbers, strictly the numbers, and I think like our first fix and flip was a fucking nightmare. It was so bad. But if we would have went in it with like, okay, this is probably not the best area, or this isn't like a great lot, or
we've
it
learned
wasn't nice,
substantially.
But you have to go through it to learn it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes,
So
I look at all of it, and I'm like, no, and I just know this from like experience and doing it so long, like. We're gonna have a hard time selling that because the neighbor across the street or the neighbor next to it, or it's like backs to this, like it's gonna be rough, or it's just like the comps are all over in the neighborhood, or the supply and demand, you know, like if there's a bunch of actives and there's a bunch of flips been sitting on the market, like I literally look at everything. I don't just look at the numbers. I'm like, and you always have to say like, you know, especially in our market now, the way you have to price houses, you know, like it's just. You have to make sure like you have enough room there to like price it low, because sometimes if you like want to be in and out, especially if you're using hard money, which you want to be in and out of those, you got to price it really competitive. So sometimes I don't even look at comps. I'll be like, okay, that's like the average, but I'm gonna use like lower numbers because I like to be conservative, price them right so they sell fast.
Right. We with our fix and flip, Sarah and I signed. It was supposed to close on a Friday. We signed early on a Wednesday. On that Thursday, the buyer backed out.
No.
The buyer backed out.
Oh my gosh.
And now it's back on the market, and we kind of know what time we're entering here. So we're just like, no.
But all I could do was laugh, right?
All I did was
laugh.
Just
good.
because it's like, you know, I think like I did have a pity party for a day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, what, you know, like, am I going to die?
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Am I going to learn certain things again from this transaction?
That's life, though. Life is about
Absolutely.
learning lessons
Yes,
and
it
taking
is.
things from it. But it's funny,
Well, you know what I think is kind of funny about you? Is you don't watch TV.
No.
But you're going to be on TV.
I know, and I
What
need to
is
start
happening
watching.
there? What is going on?
I do, and I need to like familiarize myself too with people on TV, because I really like don't know a lot of people on TV. So, I'm like,
because you keep to yourself. You keep in
yes,
your happy little
yes,
bubble,
yeah.
which is so smart. But then, how did you go from not watching TV to gonna be on TV? Can you talk about it? I know you probably can't go much into depth, but like a little like.
It's gonna be really cool, and it's gonna be so much fun, and it's gonna be really entertaining. So yes.
Do we know when we can expect any of this?
I think it's going to launch like next year. I think we're gonna start filming like in November, and then they'll air it next year.
Has it been greenlit?
Yes. It has been greenlit.
So you've got the green light. There's things to come from somebody who doesn't like social media to somebody who doesn't watch TV to being on TV.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's exciting, though.
Yeah, it is exciting.
Really exciting.
I love change. Like I love like, you know, what's on the other side of fear is opportunity. I love like I love challenges, because what's on the other side of a challenge is freedom. And so like I love change. Like I think it's nice. Like nothing good happens in your comfort zone. You got to step outside that box to grow. And like sometimes I base my decisions up, oh my God, that's gonna be so uncomfortable, but hey, I know I'm gonna like grow from it or learn from it or do something really cool from it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, TV is. Like, because I don't really watch it, to be honest. The news is so negative. I'm like, I don't want to hear.
I don't do that.
So
I don't do that.
negative.
Well, you're taking a little stepping stone today.
Yeah,
You're here today. I know you had a little bit of anxiety about that, but
I know, because just because I don't like talk about my, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, talk about myself.
But you should.
But you're gonna have to do that on TV, I'm sure. You know, hi, I'm Jennifer Briseno.
Yes.
Or I don't know what the TV show's based
all
around,
the
but
things,
you're going to a big platform and worldwide almost. But that's exciting.
Yes, I'm really excited for that. That's gonna be really excited.
I have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
More, because I just can't stop talking. 2 things.
So cute.
What is? I've heard you quote so many things
Yes.
already. What is your favorite quote, if you had to pick
Okay.
one? What's your favorite book that you've read? that could help others?
Yes. So my favorite book is Worthy. I love that book by Jamie Kerna. Have you guys read it?
Mm-mm.
It is such a good book. I'm actually reading it for the third time. I'm doing like my own little book club within my brokerage firm. And
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you be?
Yes, but that is like such an amazing book. And if you haven't read it, you
Worthy.
definitely should. It's just such a good one about like, self-confidence, your worth, your faith, just like really navigating through life and not giving up and just continuing to move forward no matter what happens along your path, and believing in yourself. And I just I love that book. It's such a good book. And my favorite quotes, I have a couple. Yesterday's history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. I say it all the time. My kids live by it because I'm like, we can't change yesterday. It's an illusion at this point, In the future, we don't know, so stop worrying about it. It's just going to cause you fear and anxiety. But we have the moment, we can make the best of it, and we can make amazing choices, and we could choose to live in the moment, and that's what we have right now, and that's what we call it.
That's good, because I find myself stressing so much about the future. What's to come? When's our next deal gonna come in? Are we gonna get rate shops? Just things that just like come, and you're like, dude, you don't know what's gonna happen.
But you can't control the future either.
So much in that. Just do the best that you can right now, and be good to people while you do it. So what advice would you give, because I know that a lot of people are definitely going to tune into this one, so like for up and coming agents who are maybe having a hard time or just trying to get referrals, what's the best advice that you can kind of give to somebody?
First of all, never give up, because a lot of people, I think, 80% of new realtors will quit because it's a hard industry to get into, but it's also an industry like what you put in it is what you get out of it. So if you're not working your business, then you're not gonna, no wonder why you don't have business. You're not working it. You're not doing things to build relationships. You're not doing things to network, to get your name out there. And so my best advice to people, to brand new agents, would just be to continue to, make a plan, like I call it a plan of greatness, of where they, set goals. Like a lot of people want the success, they get licensed and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go from here to here, and it's not like that. It's like success is a ladder. You got to climb the steps and do it and build your foundation. Like a lot of people fail to build their foundation in their business, and that's where so much power is in your foundation. Houses doesn't stand still without a foundation. And so I always tell people
quotes.
Start. I know.
I love it though. I love it.
And so I always tell people set your goal, know where your goal is, and always have an action plan for your goal, because a goal without an action plan is just a dream. You're not going to get anywhere without an action plan. And then always know your why. Your why is what keeps you going when things get tough in life, and that is so important. Because when you want to give up, you go look at your why and be like, you know what, I'm not going to give up, because
what's your why?
What's your why? Yes, my family out there big. I have my own little why. I'm big. We've been doing goals since my kids were 5 years old, and they love it. They look forward to it every year. They're like, we're gonna do a goal. Every January we get together and we do our goals and we share. It's so awesome. He's gonna love it. And my kids are older. My daughter's 24, my son's 20, and my other son is 17, and they look forward to it every year. So we do goals as a family, and they'll so I have my own why board. So my why is a big picture of my family, and then I have my goal board and my action plan, what am I going to do to get to that goal, and how many people do I want to help. I love helping people. I really truly do. I'm genuine about it. Just serving others and helping people, and that's why my other favorite quote is, not everybody could be famous, but everybody could be great, because greatness is defined by serving, and we can all serve. And that is something that I'm just so passionate about. Who can I help? Who can I serve? And if you carry that in life, you'll do good in life. And if you always choose to do what's right, not what's easy, good things will come to you too.
Yeah, not what's right. Or not what's easy, what's right.
Yeah, always choose to do what's right, not what's easy.
Are you willing to, I know you have, again, happy anniversary today, 1 year anniversary of your own brokerage today.
I know.
Are you bringing on other people? Do you like your vibe? How does that look?
So I would love, I'm just not like, if anybody wants to join, absolutely. I welcome them with open arms. I'm just not like actively out there, like recruiting, you know how some brokerages, they just go out and recruit. I don't do that, you know, so, but yes, if people want to come and join, absolutely. I would love to have them. But we're not, you know, actively like, I don't have anybody that goes and like recruits me.
You're doing your thing. You're doing a thing. What you put out, you attract.
Yeah,
attracting
exactly.
naturally.
Yeah. So like if people want to join, absolutely. I would love to have them. And but
that's good. I mean, I would work for you. Shit. I just want to hang out with you so I feel happy all the time. Like, set goals with me. I want to set some goals. Gosh.
Yes, let's do goal setting. Goals are fun.
I
love goals.
We try to do that, but it's more like manifestations for us, and we just let them go. But it kind of was a goal thing.
Well, we set goals. Yeah. We wrote down things that we wanted to have happen, and then things that we wanted to let go.
Yeah.
It's
kind of the same
that's
thing.
good.
We're trying together. We're trying this whole manifestation positive thing. I think the one thing that we do good at, no matter what, even if we're not that kind to ourselves, well, you're kind to yourself. I'm not. But we're good to people. And I think that's where we could all kind of is you in this industry, it can get nasty. You have to treat people well. Every single client needs to be a prize. Everybody has a soul. Like you can never treat anybody as a transaction. I totally get that from you. And I love that. We're running a little bit low on time, but there's so much about you. I tried to fit it all in, but are there any big things that are coming up for you that you want to announce? Any last thoughts?
Yeah, so I have a couple of nonprofits that I'm going to be launching that I'm really excited about, and it's going to help so many people and change so many lives.
Help so many people.
Yes.
We have a vibe here.
Yes, and so I'm really, really excited to launch those. That'll be coming in 2025, so right around the corner.
And you said nonprofits, is that plural?
Yes, so
can you highlight what it, like, is it a nonprofit regarding children or housing or education?
What is it? What can you give and what can't you give? Okay.
Okay.
We'll
but yes, it's gonna help homeowners. It'll help children too. Like, I'm so passionate about kids and just helping families. Like, I'm in real estate, so I see, you know, different struggles, different areas, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we can like change the world and do so many amazing things. And why haven't we done that yet? And I just, like, my mind is constantly always going of like, oh, I could do this, and then we could do that, and like it just never stops.
Yep.
And so
I see.
Yeah.
You're giving me, like, I feel better. I feel better.
Don't you
you guys
that
should come to my retreats. I have a retreat at my Breckenridge place, and we do goals and like and it's so amazing.
I want to come.
It's so much fun. I do it in January, so you guys totally should go. Actually, I don't have the date set yet.
Okay.
But why are you going to be out of town? You traveling the world?
No, girl. No. I'm sitting here and I'm working. That is what I'm doing. So yeah, if you have Airbnbs and in fact, girl, we didn't even get to everything, but I would love to come.
We'll definitely go.
And goal set. Just be around a bunch of positive people all the time. I would love that.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys would love it. Yeah,
we need it.
Time.
We need it.
Yes, and you'll get over here and goes. Yes, you two are amazing. You guys don't give yourself credit enough, and you both are amazing. You guys are changing a lot of lives too, and you're helping so many people.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I see that, and like I love watching your videos. They're
some are cringe.
Awesome. I'm like, that's why I was like, I'm so excited to see this. I can squeeze your cheeks.
We love
awesome.
you. Yes, you are a breath of fresh air, and we need more people like you in this world.
We really do. We just good, hardworking people. How can people find you? I mean, you do have social media. We're acting like you're a hermit.
I know.
You're around.
Social media. I just started using Instagram. I think like maybe 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. So I'm not on TikTok, but I do have a TikTok account. Maybe I'll post a video here and there.
So just look up Jennifer Briseno.
Yes, but I'm on Facebook. Facebook and I'm on Instagram.
See, you really don't need social. Now, some people do. Some people do need social media, but she's built her own business, top 5 realtor, without socials for a long time because you're a good person. All right. Thank you so much for being on today. We love you. We love you. All right, guys, we out.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. This is From the Ground Up. Make sure you hit like and subscribe and check back next Monday for the next episode.